What's up, y'all? Capone Tony here, and welcome to another Ever Crisis video. So in this video, I'm going to be going over Guild Battle 3, just like I did with Guild Battle 2 and 1. Going to give you some basic tips and strategies, what kind of setups you can go with, yeah, things like that for this Guild Battle. I've kind of labbed this out a bit, and I kind of have a decent understanding of what's going to be good and what's going to be not good, and your options and whatnot. So when it comes to stage 1 and 2, any physical or magical non-elemental setups, obviously, I just need to get this out of the way first. Magic non-elemental is going to be king when it comes to this guild battle. Let me go into a setup real quick. So your options for magic non-elemental will obviously be something like Tifa that just came out. Her new weapon is amazing, not only because it does really good magic non-elemental damage, also brand all your weapons. Try to get magic attack C ability on your main hands and maybe magic attack on your subs and whatnot to kind of help make this magic attack on right here as high as you can. But yeah, your main options for magic attack when it comes to this event are Tifa's new weapon. That's a very, very good one because it's going to buff magic attack AoE to the whole party, as well as doing damage, applying haste. Aerith's Bahamut Rod is amazing because it has magic attack all allies, just like Tifa's weapon. But this one can also boost ATB, and if you have it like at OB6, it's really, really good. You're going to hit that threshold a lot on stages 4 and 5, I feel. Also, Sephiroth, he has two options here. You can go with Shinra Blade Model 1, which is my option because the main option would be Protector's Blade if you have that built out. That is from his half anniversary. But for me, I have to go with something like Protector's Blade. And then if you don't have any of these, you could go with Vincent's Hugin and Moonin, but I feel like a lot of people won't have that either because that's a very recent weapon. It was pretty much on one of the last featured banners before anniversary. So if you didn't wishlist it at all, a lot of people might not have it. So another kind of option as well, let me check real quick. So another option you could run for Magic Non-Elemental would be Cloud. He has... where is it? It's a Mithril Saber, right? Yeah, this one. So if you randomly just have this one built out, you can use this as well. It goes up to 940% magic non-elemental damage. Same thing as Shinra Blade for Sephiroth. So this is an option that can work as well. I would say those are your main 5 options. So Tifa, Cloud right here, Vincent with Hugin and Moonin, and then Sephiroth's either Protector's Blade or his Shinra Blade. And for me personally, I'm going to be running this setup with Tifa. She's going to have her new weapon in the main hand, Bahamut Fangs, as well as having Tiger Fangs in the offhand. I kind of like this build because you'll get magic attack right here from her offhand, which is kind of nice. You'll be able to complete magic attack right here pretty effortlessly. And also you get crit potency. So if you're running non-elemental magic, or just non-elemental in general, you have a chance to crit. And if you hit the crit, you're going to get 40% extra damage from crit for a crit bonus. And that can make a pretty big difference. In backhand, I've kind of showed this off before. I'm going to run Flower Vase. I actually redeemed a couple vouchers to get OB7 Flower Vase. Yellow Megaphone. I was running Ivy Collar, but since Red's weapon are like part of the armory, I put Ivy Collar in the armory. Yellow Megaphone has the same R abilities, pretty much though. I think since I put the Ivy Collar in the armory, I lost like 1 level in boost attack, but I think that was worth it. Crystal Cross, magic attack, ability potency, very good. So Tifa's rocking 7 magic attack, 3 crit potency, 3 boost attack, level 7 magic ability potency, and level 6 ability potency. If I got one more of these, I could get this to level 7, but you know, not a big deal. And yeah, let's go into Aerith now. So Aerith, she's kind of the, I guess, buffer slash sub DPS debuffer as well. So also, yeah, for Tifa, I forgot to mention, Ultimate Leather Gloves. This is going to give her a nice boost to her magic attack as well as ability potency and boosting her magic defense. So, and also you get like 1 extra attack in the battle, which, you know, it's going to make a difference on your score. All the materia, stat sticks. And you can use summons, so everyone's going to have summons except Aerith because she doesn't use enough actions to get her summon. But yeah, she'll just use this one, so everyone will get an extra bonus for using their summons at the end. But anyway, Aerith, her setup, new weapon in the main hand. This one is very, very, very good. I mean, magic attack all allies with heal. You know, she's going to be boosting ATB. The physical defense boost is not really that important in this battle, but this right here, if you have this at OB10 90% threshold, you get a boost to ATB for both characters. I'm going to be able to hit this multiple times running stage 5, probably like 4 or 5 times. And, you know, it's pretty awesome. And then I like Sun Umbrella on the offhand because you can actually do magic non-elemental damage with this weapon, as well as debuffing magic defense. So I've seen other people run setups where they have like feather gloves in the offhand for Tifa, or maybe like Nameless in the offhand for Sephiroth to debuff magic defense. But honestly, I just don't like that because I don't want my DPSs to be doing that. I want my DPSs to be DPSing. I don't want them to worry about other stuff, right? So I like, you know, Aerith as, you know, she's more like just a support DPS where she's actually doing a little bit of damage, but she's here to, you know, debuff magic defense and then also give ATB to the rest of the party as well as healing, right? So that Aerith is kind of just supporting everybody in this party. So Sephiroth, like I said, Protector's Blade is going to be your best setup, but I like, you know, if you have Ice Sephiroth, which I'm going to equip this Arcanum costume, you can equip his Arcanum costume and use Shiva at the end, which is going to give you a ton of extra damage for Shiva. At first, I was running his, his New Year's costume, with just had HP. If you run this, you're going to get a bunch. You're going to get the Arcanum, which is 35% ice damage. So my Shiva probably went in, you know, got an extra like 600, 700,000 damage at the end of the fight just for equipping the Arcanum costume. So it makes a big difference. Genji Blade is amazing here, so you can use this twice in the battle. And because of Tifa's M attack buff, where she's just constantly using her weapon over and over, you're never going to lose the M attack 4 for Sephiroth, extra high. So, but yeah, you can use this 2 times in the battle. And not only that, I mean, that's amazing in itself, but boost ability potency as well for the R ability, really, really nice. You're not going to be able to use Interruption Mastery, unfortunately. I like having Edge Wings in the offhand because you get the magic attack as well as the ice boost for Shiva at the end. M attack stat 6 here. Then I like Crystal Megaphone, boost attack, magic ability potency, double stem E, magic attack, magic ability potency, and then Electro Cannon, magic attack, magic ability potency. And because of this setup, Sephiroth has level 7 magic attack, level 7 boost attack, level 7 ability potency, level 7 magic ability potency. So he's got 7 on everything. He just doesn't have an M attack all allies weapon. So if you have like a third M attack all allies weapon, you could probably throw it on the back of Sephiroth here. You would just lose a little bit of the R ability somewhere though, if you were to do that. But yeah. Or if you have Protector's Blade, you could just throw it on his main hand. But then, yeah, these R abilities will be a little bit different as well. So, yeah, that would be my main setup. Some alternatives, like I said, magic is going to be king in this battle, but you can just use whatever your best physical attack team is, if that's all you have. Let's say you pulled really hard on FF9's rerun, or you pulled really hard on Cloud and Yuffie at the beginning of the anniversary, and you're like, oh crap, I don't have anything left for Aerith and Tifa. So you can actually run that setup. So you could run like just triple DPS, Cloud, Yuffie, Tifa, or I like Aerith here. She's going to be like a sub DPS again with Sun Umbrella, while she's using Kamara Wand to boost attack all allies here. And then Cloud will just be running like his best physical setup, like his new weapon or Zidane sword, as well as just any physical attack stat sticks in the back like this. Ultimatic could be another option if you have that for Glenn. Zack's ceremonial sword's another one. But Tifa's guide gloves as well as her FF9 weapon will work. You know, boost attack all allies, P attack all allies weapon. You know, anything that's, you can just build around a full physical build. And with this physical setup here, I was able to hit stage 2 for like 95%, which means my stage 3 will be around like 40-something%. Stage 4 will be like, you know, 20-something%. Stage 5 will be like maybe 10-ish, maybe a little bit lower percent. So if you just only have physical, it's still a usable setup. Yeah, magic non-elemental is heavily favored, mainly because the buff here. See, the buff, you're essentially just getting double damage if you're using magic, you know, non-elemental weapons compared to physical. That's why you're doing so much more with magic. And yeah, my buff is at 51, you know, not really that great, but I think it's 52 on my main setup though. Yeah, 52. So You know, nothing like crazy, but like you can make a physical team work, you know, if that's all you have, right? I'm glad they gave you that option at least, because there's only like 4 or 5 magic non-elemental weapons that are kind of usable for this event. So I'm glad they kind of didn't screw over everybody that only had physical weapons, right? So this is usable. But this would be my main team. An alternative like physical team, you could run Matt. If you don't have like Kamura Aerith, he can use his Killer Hornet along with like Bramble Spine to boost the physical attack of your 2 allies, you know, something like that. More of another sub DPS. For another like magic team, like again, you could use Matt. He could run like Centipede for healing, but also and buff debuff extension as well. He could run Stingray in the offhand, which will decrease magic defense. And also for the main team for Aerith, something I did not mention. So for an alternative to Sun Umbrella, if you like want to use this for our abilities on a different character, you can run like something like Snowflake, where you won't be able to do damage, but you can also debuff magic defense. So debuffing magic defense is just really, really important if you want your main 2 DPSs to be doing super well, like on the higher stages, like 4 and 5, right? So yeah, that would be my main setup. I'm hitting for around 20-ish% so far, and still kind of lapping it out, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely do the best for this guild battle compared to any of my other ones. So I'm not really gonna run a stage 1 because you know, it's very self-explanatory for stage 1. Kind of just buff the main. If you're running triple DPS, just keep attacking over and over. If you're running a support DPS like Aerith, she can, you know, boost physical attack to your whole party as well as debuffing the enemy with Sun Umbrella or whatever. But yeah, my main team right here, I'll give you a good idea of what a stage 5 will look like. So I need to go back real quick. Let's get into this now. So main team, stage 5 mock, let's get into it. Also, there's going to be a little bit of variance in these battles too, because depending on how much you crit or not, you know, you could lose. Some runs might be a couple % less than others, just depending on how much you crit. So this is a very random element. Alright, so I like to start out the battle with a nice little Night Bloom. And Tifa is going to do her buff, and Sephiroth's going to do Shock Blast. Then I'm going to go back to Tifa because haste is active. I'm going to wait for the stance to max out here. Right there. Now I'm going to use that. Go back to Sephiroth, use Shock Blast, and then I'm going to use Genji Blade immediately. I'm going to switch back to Tifa. Yeah, okay. Sometimes she'll use Upper Shot when I don't want her to do that. Now I'm going to use a Blessed Aura with Aerith. It's going to give everyone ATB boost. Now I'm going to do that again, give more ATB to the party. Keep on back and forth. Gonna do it one more time. Gonna go back and forth. You know, a lot of back and forth here. Gonna fit in Tifa's boost right here. Now Tifa's getting beat up a little bit, which you can use Aerith's limit break here, or not her limit, but her ultimate, which will help you know, Tifa get some HP back. So just a lot of back and forth, boosting ATB, debuffing the enemy. A lot to keep up with. But once you kind of do this battle over and over, it becomes kind of like second nature. So we're going to use Genji Blade again. Now he's going into Megaflare. And I'll mention the options here when it comes to like Megaflare, because you kind of can go a couple different routes. I'm going to go to the route of letting Megaflare kill me. I can't really see what's going on, so I'm just going to do that right now. So once you, he's about to cast Megaflare, run all 3 of your summons. Aerith, she'll just be doing this. And then Megaflare will just kill us. Rest in peace. So, I'm going to let him do this first. So everyone does die. which I feel for me, my personal account, I think this is the best way to go, just letting Megaflare kill you. Depending on how your account is set up, you could get around it. But for me personally, I don't think it's going to work. I got a 20% there. Definitely not my best run. I've gotten a 23 before. You know, like I said, it kind of depends on how many crits you hit. Running everything purely optimal, you know, I was kind of going back and forth talking at the same time. So, that kind of maybe distracted me a little bit. But yeah, you have two options. You can go, let's just go back. So you can go just full DPS right there and not worry about buffing like magic defense and debuffing his magic attack before he gets off his Mega Flare, because you can survive the Mega Flare and get in a little bit of extra DPS at the end. For me personally, I just don't think it's worth it for my account. If you have like Sephiroth's, I guess, what is it? His debuffing magic and physical attack weapon. What is it? The FF7 one. I don't know why the name is slipping my mind right now. But if you have that weapon, you can debuff magic attack. And then if you have like Kamura 1 with Aerith, you can buff magic defense. But the problem here is I would have to switch up a lot of my team to make that work. Like, let's go back into my setup. Like, I could throw in Kamura 1 to boost magic defense so I could survive Mega Flare. The problem is I would lose Sun Umbrella and I would lose out on debuffing magic defense. And then the alternative is I'd have to give Sephiroth something like Nameless, or give Tifa Feather Gloves, which that's not even an option for me. But yeah, giving him Nameless will then decrease his R abilities, and then he'd have to waste ATB on debuffing. So I feel for me personally, it's just not worth trying to survive Mega Flare. Just my personal opinion, just how my account's set up. You know, maybe just run some tests for yourself and just see if it's worth it or not. But for me personally, I'm just going to be DPSing until Mega Flare and just let it kill me. For stages 1 through 3, you should be able to survive Mega Flare no problem. Stage 4, you're probably going to die again. So it's stage 4 and 5 is going to be the, you're going to die at Mega Flare type of stage. But yeah. With this setup, I'm hitting like 20%, stage 5, like my best 23%. I think I've hit like 42 on stage 4, 100% at stage 1 and 2, and I got like a 95% on stage 3. So I think I'm going to do pretty well in this guild battle. And yeah, if you have any questions about any possible setups or anything you should run, just leave me in the comments below and I'll try to help you all out. But yeah, it's going to do for this video, guys. If you enjoy my Ever Crisis content, please give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. Later.